Shabbat Shalom and good evening, everyone. Welcome to Congregation Mickve Israel in beautiful Savannah, Georgia. Whether you're here in person or visiting online, we have a slew of special guests here. So first of all, welcome to the confirmation class from Central Synagogue in a place somewhere up north called New York. Right, New York. So welcome to all of you, to Rabbi Rosenthal and Rabbi Lorge. We're so thrilled to have you here. And again, I hope you have a wonderful experience in the South. Welcome over here to Truman Matheny, who is our guitar player for our Shalom School, our Sunday school with the conservative synagogue in our community. He's going to be playing here tonight and hopefully playing once a month in the future for Friday night. So it's his first time, so welcome aboard. We're so thrilled to have you. He's a wonderful SCAD student. We're going to begin our service now on page 2 or 120 as we're using the Mishkan Tefillah prayer book. Some of the people at home have a different version of it. That's why we give 2 pages. So page 2 or 120 is I'm going to invite up the president of our congregation, Leslie Westmoreland, to light the candles.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Thank you, Leslie. We're going to now turn into our prayer books as we go to page 70 or 188. There we find Kol HaNeshama, Psalm 150, a beautiful way to start the Sabbath.
So this is my little participation check to see who brought their wonderful singing voices. We're going to do an experiment here. We're going to do an experiment here, and hopefully y'all are up to the challenge. We're going to see if we can't do this melody in the round. But first, I'm just going to sing it, and hopefully some, if not all of you, know it. Kol ha-neshama tel hallelujah, hallelujah. Kol ha-neshama tel hallelujah, hallelujah. Are we familiar with this one? Show of hands. All right, cool. We got a couple people, so I'll break it down a little bit. So it starts with Kol ha-neshama, Kol ha-neshama. Wonderful. Te-hallelujah, te-hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Wonderful. All right, let's all sing that together. Kol ha-neshama tel hallelujah, hallelujah. Y'all sound wonderful. Kol ha-neshama tel hallelujah, hallelujah. Fabulous. All right, I think I'm going to introduce the challenge now. And so I'm going to start one group, and then the next group is going to come in afterwards. So we're going to start with this group, and we're going to hold down the fort, and I'm going to start leading them, but you guys keep on doing what you're doing, okay? You guys are going to lay it down. I'm trusting you, congregation class from New York. I believe in you, all right? So I'm going to start y'all off, and then I'm going to turn over here, and I'm going to introduce, and we're going to start rivaling, I guess. All right. All right, this side, sing with me now. Kol ha-neshama tehalel-ya, hallelujah. Keep that going. Kol, now you. Kol ha-neshama tehalel-ya, hallelujah. Fabulous. Ha, kol ha-neshama tehalel-ya. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Kol ha-neshama tehalel-ya, hallelujah. Let's keep doing hallelujah. Hallelujah. One more. Hallelujah. Fabulous. Well done, everybody.
Nicely done, and I hope you don't think he didn't like you guys by starting over here. The truth is, he couldn't start with you because then I had to lead you guys by myself, which I'm actually not capable of doing. And so I apologize. He likes you almost as much as them, just to make sure you know that. We're going to continue with our opening reading on page 7 or 125. I think I did pretty good, though. And for me, that was not bad.
They were going, so I'll say so.
Where has this week vanished? Is it lost forever? Will I ever recover anything from it? The joy of life, the unexpected victory, the realized hope, the task accomplished. Will I ever be able to banish the memory of pain, the sting of defeat, the heaviness of boredom? On this day, let me keep for a while what must drift away. On this day, let me be free of the burdens that must return. On this day, Shabbat abide. We're now going to turn to page 20 or 138 for Lecha Dodi, our prayer as we welcome the Sabbath bride. We're going to stay seated throughout the prayer until verse 9, and then we're going to rise and face the entrance to welcome the Sabbath bride, but we're only going to sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala yelalai 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 panei Shabbat nekabela. Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala yelalai 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 panei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lehu v'nelcha lihu mekod habracha. Likrat kala yelalai 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 panei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala yelalai 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 panei Shabbat nekabela.
Verse 5.
Hitoreri 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 Viva ore Kumi Ori Uri Uri Shirda Beri Hivod Adonai Aleach Nigla Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yalala 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yalala 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabela.
Verse 9, please rise.
Boi v'shalom materet bala gam besimcha uvtsohula toch emunei am segula boi kala boi kala.
Please turn around and remain standing.
Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yalala 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yalala 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabela.
Thank you. As we're going to turn now to our sheets here, where instead of singing the Baruch Hu directly from our prayer book, we're going to sing the version by Noah Aronson, Am I Awake?
Yalalai lai lai Yalalai lai lai Yalalai. Wonderful. Am I awake? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Yalalai, yalalai, lai, lai. 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 Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed. Le'olam va'ed. Yalalai, yalalai, lai. Yalalai, lai, 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 lai. Yeah. Lai. Yalalai, lai, lai. Fabulous. Thank you so much.
Let's continue on page 31 or 149 as we're going to read our prayer for creation. 31 or 149. At the bottom of the page, I invite everyone to read together. This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain of the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai ha'ma'ariv aravim, as at the top of page 33 or 151. I'll invite everybody to read again our prayer of God's love. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Almo Yisrael, as we continue on the next page, 34 or 152, with Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch, Baruch, Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vayed. Baruch, Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vayed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Please be seated. As you'll notice in our prayer book, there seems to be pages we skip, when in fact there's often several different translations of the same prayer, so we just choose one. We're going to continue with Ve'ahavta on page 36 or 154.
So I have noticed that I sing mildly different Ve'ahavta than is custom in this region of the U.S. So please, if my melody doesn't line up with yours, sing confidently in your own. Make yourself at home. And if any of your kids who I teach on Sundays come home singing something wrong, you can blame me. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meodecha vehayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom alevavecha veshinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha uvleftecha v'derech ushochpecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot beineinecha uktavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru ve'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'item kedoshim lelohehem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem lelohim ani Adonai Elohechem.
And now we're going to continue on page 39 as we're going to read responsively at the top of the page our prayer of redemption. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot together, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together as we sing our song of freedom, Michamocha, on page 40 or 158.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar ba'kodesh, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar ba'kodesh. Nora, nora tehilot, oseh Michamocha again, Michamocha ba'elim Adonai, Michamocha nedar ba'kodesh, Michamocha ba'elim Adonai, Michamocha nedar ba'kodesh. Nora, nora tehilot,
On page 42 or page 160, we find our prayer, Hashkivenu, as we ask God to protect us as we sleep tonight. The bottom of the page, grant, O God, that we lie down in peace, and raise us up, O guardian, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel, for your name's sake be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Guard our going and coming to life and to peace evermore. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. In Hebrew together, Baruch atah Adonai, Haparei Sukkot Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Amo Yisrael, Ve'al Yerushalayim. As we're going to continue with our prayer for the Sabbath in the middle of page 44 or 162, and we're going to read this together. The people of Israel shall keep Shabbat, observing Shabbat throughout the ages as a covenant for all time. It is a sign for all time between me and the people of Israel. For in 6 days Adonai made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day God ceased from work and was refreshed. We're going to turn to page 46 or 164 as we're going to begin with Adonai Sifatai Tiftach before we go to the Amida. So we're going to go basically from page 46 to 48 to 50, or page 164 to 166 to 168.
Adonai Sifatai Tiftach Ufi Agin Tehilatecha.
Please rise.
Adonai Sifatai Tiftach Ufi Agin Tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor ve'Hanorah El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, Vezoher Haste Avot Vimahot, Umevi Gula Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham v'Ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor leolam Adonai, Mehayeh hakol atah rav lechoshia. Mechalkel hayim bechesed, Mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim. Somech noflim v'rofeh cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamocha ba'al givurot, Umido melach, Melech mimit umechayeh, Umatzmiah Yeshua. V'ne'eman atah lecha chayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai mechayeh hakol.
The middle of page 52. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. As I invite everyone to please be seated, as we're going to continue in the middle, or at the top of page 55. And let's read this prayer for the Sabbath together. 55 or 173. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha-Shabbat. As we're going to continue on page 59. Sorry, make that 57. The top of the page. Ever-present one, may we, your people Israel, be worthy in our deeds and our prayers. Wherever we live, wherever we seek you, in this land, in Zion, restored in all lands, you are our God, whom alone we serve and reverence. Baruch atah Adonai shotecha levadcha b'yira na'avod. Now that's a wonderful song, but sometimes we like to read it just because the words are so beautiful. On page 59 at the top, we'll read our penultimate prayer in the Amidah, our prayer of thanksgiving together. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai hatov shimcha lacha na'el lehodot. As we conclude the Amidah on page 60 or 178 with our prayer of peace, Shalom Rav.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atah hu melech adon Shalom, ki atah hu melech adon, lechocha shalom, shalom rav, Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam, shalom rav, Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam, v'tov be'einecha levarech et amcha Yisrael, b'chol עת ובכל שעה, בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael amcha tasim leolam.
Our tradition here at our synagogue is to say a prayer of healing at this point in every service. So we turn to page 253 or page 371. There we'll find Debbie Friedman's beautiful Misha Berach, as I'm going to look around our beautiful sanctuary and invite anyone who is here or watching online to give any names aloud or privately of people they know of or in need of healing. Together as a community, we sing our prayer of healing. Let's go ahead and take a moment of private meditation.
Say shalom bimroma, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Say la 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 la, ya la la ya la la ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la la ya la la. Oh, say shalom bimroma, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru
Shabbat Shalom again, everyone. Welcome to those visiting from out of town. Welcome to those, of course, who are members of our community. We're now going to take a moment to see if anyone is celebrating anything this weekend or last week or the upcoming week, birthdays, anniversaries, anything going on that you'd like to mention and share with everyone here. This is a non-celebratory weekend, it looks like. When are you guys going to go through conversion? Is it in this year? Confirmation, sorry. We say things differently in the South. So confirmation will be this year. So mazel tov to all of you for going through confirmation. And we appreciate you helping out with the singing tonight. It's really been wonderful to have you here. And I'm so thrilled that I called your parents ahead of time, and they have agreed that you're going to be coming here once a month when Truman is going to be singing. And thank you, Leslie Westmoreland, our president, who's going to pay for all your tickets and for the housing through the building fund, maybe? The building fund. We'll figure it out. So let's say Shechianu for you guys who are going through confirmation and visiting, and for everybody else who's visiting as well. Shabbat Shalom.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh
Thank you again, Truman. Now, in lieu of a sermon, and please don't get too disappointed and distraught, but in lieu of a sermon, we're going to invite Truman to lead us in a song. I wanted to invite him to sing something that he really liked, and so hopefully you do like it, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we're going to sing What Makes You Glow by Spike Krause, and you can find it on your sheet right here. If you need a sheet or not, there's a couple extra ones right here or back there, if anybody needs one. So I'm going to invite you. Do you have anything to say about this before you sing it?
I'm a huge Spike Krause fan. When he came to Kutz Camp, that was the first I had ever heard of him. And everybody was oogling and ogling over Spike. And then I saw him and I was like, who was this guy? He seems interesting. And so anyway, I then went to my cabin because I knew he was going to have a concert. Plugged in my earbuds and listened to like his whole discography. Found like my set of favorite songs, and sure enough, he played almost every single one of them at the concert he played at Kutz Camp. And so I've been a huge fan of his ever since. And I hope you all enjoy this song. And yeah, it's a call and response. So for those of you who know it, please go for it. And for those of you who don't, on the verses, you just say what I said right after me. So something like, fish swim. There we go. All right. Birds fly. All right. Days do. Night sky, rain soaks, sun dries. I call, you reply. I just need to know just what makes you glow. She'ein lecha Adam she'ein lo sha'ah, ve'ein lecha davar she'ein lo makom. Ve'ani ma'amin, I really do believe that everybody's got something to show. Don't worry, the call and response is back now. Some write, some sing. Yes, some cry, some take, all bring. Some laugh, some cry, some call, all reply. I just need to know just what makes you glow. She'ein lecha Adam she'ein lo sha'ah, ve'ein lecha davar she'ein lo makom. Ve'ani ma'amin, I really do believe that everybody's got something to show. All creation has its own time to shine, and every person's got something to bring. So if you're feeling like the world's passed you by, give them a reason to sing. She'ein lecha Adam she'ein lo sha'ah, ve'ein lecha davar she'ein lo makom. Ve'ani ma'amin, I really do believe that everybody's got something. She'ein lecha Adam she'ein lo sha'ah, ve'ein lecha davar she'ein lo makom. Ve'ani ma'amin, I really do believe that everybody's got something to show.
Thank you. That was really terrific. I never heard of him, so it was really nice to be able to hear some new music. Really incredible. So thank you again for leading us in that beautiful song. It's a pleasure now to invite up Leslie Westmoreland and Stephen Harris as they're going to open our ark for us, as I'm going to invite everyone to turn to page 282 or page 586 as we're going to sing the Aleinu. We're going to sing the version at the bottom of the page.
Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula leotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoye ha'aratzot, velo samanu kemishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam kalkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam. Va'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu.
Please be seated as we're going to continue on page 287 or 591 with V'ne'emar Bayom Hahu.
V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu Yehiye Adonai echad Ushemo echad.
We now turn to page 294 as we prepare for Kaddish, page 295. Or also 599. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. Zichronam livracha. May their memories be for a blessing. As we do each week, we first take a moment to honor the memory of the men and women who gave their lives defending our country as members of the armed forces and police forces during the previous weeks. We honor the yahrzeit anniversary of Meyer Duke Friedman, Helen Kilpatrick, Rachel Weiner Levine, Lily Silverberg Mendel, Mae Morton, Lillian Bell Nussbaum, Stella Schwartzbaum Oppenheim, William Rosendorf, Esther Rubin, Yank Jake Schwartz, Lottie Stein, Mr. Michael Weinberg, Bernard Woldner, and Lazarus W. Wartzman, and our thoughts go out to the Schuster family on the death of Betty Schuster, who passed away earlier this week and will be laid to rest at a future time. So we'll say Kaddish for her next week, but we want to make sure everybody knew that she had passed. Does anybody else have the name of anyone they'd like to add? The Kaddish praise is on the previous page, page 294 or 598, as I invite all those who would like to please rise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'yalma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, b'agala v'zman kariv v'yamru amen. Yehei shmei Rabba mevarach le'olam olmei olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudusha brechu. Leila min kol v'erchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Damiram v'yalma v'yimru amen. Yehei shlama Rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all the world as we say amen. And everyone please be seated, as it's a pleasure to invite up our Parnasit, our president, Leslie Westmoreland.
Thank you, Rabbi. Good Shabbos, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to all our visitors, especially welcome to all you all here from New York. We may not have as much excitement as New York always, but we have better weather, that's for sure. So anyway, we are thrilled to have you all. A big thank you to Truman today. This was a lovely service and so much fun and so joyous. It was wonderful to have you on our Bima today, and thank you, Rabbi, for getting this set up and leading such a lovely service. I want to thank Steve for participating, coming up on the Bima with me, and also thank Peg and Stan Biner for ushering and helping everybody get in and settled today. So just a few announcements. Of course, we'll have services tomorrow at 11 o'clock. They'll be streamed as well as in person, so we hope many of you will join us in one way or another. Glenn has Torah study tomorrow, 12:30, right, Glenn? 1 o'clock? 1 o'clock. Okay, 1 o'clock, and that also will be on Zoom as well as in person, so please be sure of that. Also, if everybody hasn't had a chance yet to check out on Federation's website, the month of March is our Arts and Cultural Month, and there are all kinds of activities, cooking demonstrations, movies, concerts, and 2 of the events will be held here at Mickve, Israel on, the 6th is a movie, and y'all, I've come up here without my piece of paper with the name of the movie, but it's The Levees. Levees of Monticello. The Levees of Monticello, and so that ties directly into our heritage. It will be shown here at Mickve, Israel, and then on the 13th, we are very excited to have Joe Altman, a jazz pianist from Atlanta who will be playing here. So be sure and check out all the events, and especially the ones being housed here at Mickve, Israel. We're so excited to be having events again. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, and good Shabbos.
Thank you, Leslie. Yes, it's going to be, March will be our first month with events in quite a long time, 2 years. We also have Larry Silverman, who is a former ambassador, who will be speaking here next week during services about his time serving throughout many countries in the world. So it's going to be really interesting. And of course, we got Purim coming up and plenty of Purim events. So please join us for anything and everything. We're going to conclude our service as we go back to our song sheets, our prayer sheets. There we find, I hope I pronounce his name correctly, the song, Ya'aloz Sadai by Nava Tehila. I listened to a beautiful song. I never heard of him or the song. Is it him or a group?
I believe it's a group.
It's a group.
2 people.
And so I'm going to invite everyone to please rise. As before we sing, though, please turn to your neighbors and wish them a Shabbat Shalom. If you don't know them, please introduce yourselves and give each other a high five from a distance. No handshaking unless you are related. Ya'aloz Sadai by Nava Tehila.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Ya'aloz Sadai Bechol asher bo Ya'aloz Sadai. Ya'aloz Sadai Bechol asher bo Ya'aloz Sadai. Az Yeranenu Kol Atzeyar. Az Yeranenu Kol Atzeyar. Az Yeranenu Kol Atzeyar. Az Yeranenu Kol Atzeyar. Ya'aloz Sadai Bechol asher bo Ya'aloz Sadai. Ya'aloz Sadai Bechol asher bo Ya'aloz Sadai. Az Yeranenu Kol Atzeyar. Az Yeranenu Kol Atzeyar. Az Yeranenu Kol Atzeyar. Az Yeranenu Kol Atzeyar. Ya'aloz Sadai Bechol asher bo Ya'aloz Sadai. Ya'aloz Sadai Bechol asher bo Ya'aloz Sadai. Az Yeranenu Kol Atzeyar. Az Yeranenu Kol Atzeyar. Az Yeranenu Kol Atzeyar. Az Yeranenu Kol Atzeyar. Ya'aloz Sadai Bechol asher bo Ya'aloz Sadai. Ya'aloz Sadai Bechol asher bo Ya'aloz Sadai. Shaddai. Ay, 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 ay.
When we invited Truman to sing, he asked me, what are the usual tunes, what's the usual new sock? I said, we'll use some of the usual ones, but we're going to bring some new ones as well. So thank you for introducing us to some music. I know many of us had heard some of these, but not all of us, and some of us may not have heard any of the new ones. So thank you again, Truman. Our God and God of our ancestors, may we continue to celebrate the Sabbath with music. Amen. Shabbat Shalom. I'm going to invite everyone to please be seated. Invite everyone to turn to page 5 or 123 as we're going to do Kiddush and Motzi. Do you want to lead the Kiddush and Motzi, the full one?
Yeah?
Because they'd probably rather hear your voice than mine. So page 5.
Page 5. All right, fabulous.
And this was not planned, so I appreciate you doing it.
Oh.
You want to hold this or you want me to hold it?
Oh, sure, I can
All
do
right.
it. I can do it. Ooh. Good call. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddeshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinhilanu zikaron lemase v'reshit ki hu yom tehila lemikrae kodesh zecher litziat Mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinhaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. Amen.
It's just break through if you want.
I'm good. Thank you. It's all you.
And let's together say the bracha over challah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. B'te'avon, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We invite everyone to exit out through the back door, and you can have challah and kiddush out there. And have a wonderful and safe weekend, everybody.
They didn't tell me what to play as everybody left, so.